Okay. I don't know if I trust that. I don't know, let's try it. Ooh. It's working. One-handed it. Ooh. Oh man. I literally have to climb up this thing. It's like scaling a rock wall. All right, well, let's do it. Yeah. All right, guys, I got to Hawaii like less than 24 hours ago, and already the most insane views I've ever seen. Oh my God. So we sat up here and chilled for a while. I'm heavily debating if I want to go to the second and third peak, because if we remember the sign from earlier, apparently 6 people have died past the first peak. We'll see if I go past the first peak. I'll see what the conditions look like. Not trying to die, so. It seems pretty hard and pretty, maybe not worth the reward. I feel like this is a reward right here. This is crazy. So the second peak doesn't look too bad. I think I'm gonna go up the second peak and then we'll see about the third. The third looks kind of rough. All right, made it to peak number 2. I'm gonna try peak number 3. It honestly doesn't look terrible. Peak number 2 was pretty easy to get up from 1. And I heard that one was hard and it really wasn't. So I'm kind of just gonna do 3 until it gets to a point where I'm like, okay, this is too sketch, and then I'll turn around. All right, this is the turning point. No coming back after here. I'm heavily debating it right now because, I don't know, it kind of looks like it's gonna rain too, maybe, which I do not want to get stuck on peak 3 and it starts raining when I have to come back and I have to like climb up these ropes and stuff. I don't know, fuck it, let's do it. First time I'm actually trusting the ropes to get me down. If these break, then I probably die. So hopefully they're good. This is crazy. Why do I do this for fun? So I was double checking just in case to make sure there's no rain. It says, yeah, the clouds are supposed to clear up, so I should be in the clear. And if it actually ends up raining, then I guess the gods are just plotting against me. And then I can see the ropes on that one too, so I'm gonna have to do the exact same thing on there. And weather lied. I can see it misting right there. Shit. We might be turning back. I do not want to get caught in rain on this. Hold up. Let me assess. All right, unfortunate news. I'm currently getting rained on. It's only like mist right now, but it looks like 100% more is coming this way. And I really do not want to get stuck on that third peak, having to come down those ropes and then back up these ropes to the second peak when the rocks start to get like all slick. So I think we're gonna call it here. I think I'm gonna save the peak for Mauna Kea. And yeah, let's get the fuck out of here. This is kind of what you have to decide when you start, you know, climbing mountains and stuff for like not a living, but for like most of your free time or hobbies are spent climbing stuff. It's really, I don't know, risk versus reward. Like, I got a pretty great reward seeing all this, and I really don't get much out of climbing another third peak and seeing the exact same view. So I'm like, why would I even do the whole thing? I don't know, I guess there's different philosophies on that. I kind of just like to do cool stuff and see cool stuff, and I feel like I did and saw something cool on this hike, so I'm satisfied. I'm doing Pali Notches right now, scaling this rock face. Look at that. That's crazy. Yeah, I'm really just climbing this shit. Alright, I need both my hands. Yeah, you can't do it holding this. But this is crazy. So as you can tell by the title, I'm starting a new series with this video. I'm gonna be climbing 12 peaks in 12 months all around the world. And generally, they're gonna get harder per month. It's gonna start mostly in the US, like during the winter months, and then it's kind of gonna move more worldwide towards the middle and end of the series. I thought, what a better time to explain while I'm standing on top of a peak right now. This is not the one I'm climbing for January for Hawaii. I'm doing Mauna Kea when I hop over to the Big Island. So that should be good. And hopefully you follow along for all the peaks. All right, so we've made it to Mauna Kea. We are at the visitor center right now. I'm about to get started on the hike. I'm just getting all my gear together in the back here. So here's the gear situation we got going on right now. We got my bag I'm using for the hike. We've got windbreaker, pants, shell, insulation layers, all because it's, you know, pretty warm down here. It's like, I don't know, 60 degrees or something right now. I've got a tank top on, but up at the top, after, you know, 5,000 feet of elevation gain, it's going to be closer to like 30 with wind chill. So probably like 18 or something. So I've got all the layers that I'm going to be putting on as I go up. And then some gear here, sunscreen, Garmin InReach, some water, not doing too hot on the food situation. We've got some junk here, honestly. I did eat well right before I came though, so I should be fine. 2 headlamps, because I probably am going to be hiking down in the dark after sunset. And then some sunglasses, hat. But yeah, I'm just going to get this packed up and then hit it. Start of the trail. Let's do it. Only 7 miles up, and then hopefully we can get a ride back down. Because I was talking to the ranger at the bottom, and he was like, yeah, well, hitchhiking is illegal, and also hiking down in the dark is illegal. So he's like, I'm gonna let you go up, but you better make friends up there and find a ride down. So, shit. Oh, yeah, it's definitely a struggle. The ground is just basically like pure sand. So it's like 2 steps up, like half a step back. And there's some clouds rolling in, which I'm actually not too worried about. They don't look too bad. And it also shaded me from the sun. This elevation is kind of kicking me already though. Because one thing they don't tell you is, yeah, it's only like 13,000 feet. And you're starting from 9,000 feet. So it's not like a crazy amount of elevation gain. But you also drive up to that 9,000 feet in like the span of like, I don't know, 40 minutes or something. So coming from sea level about an hour ago to now hiking to 13,000 feet kind of wrecks you a little bit. Legs are cooking. I much prefer like rock scrambling than feet sliding down. Make sure you have good shoes if you do this one. Alright, taking a little break while I still have no wind, because I don't know how it's going to be farther up. But I'm going to sit here, drink some water or some electrolytes. List off some fun facts I learned about Mauna Kea on the way up. So Mauna Kea is actually the tallest peak in the world from base to summit. Just most of that base is underwater, which is like, so it doesn't really count. It's only like 13,000 feet above sea level. But I think it's like 33,000 or something, somewhere around that number, like total base to peak, which is pretty insane. It's a dormant volcano, so that means it's not inactive, but I think it hasn't erupted in like 4,600 years or something. So it's not going to erupt anytime soon. Hopefully, not while I'm up here. yeah, air is pretty dry up here. It's kind of similar to like Colorado, which is weird coming from sea level when it was like super humid at the bottom, and it's like really like thin aired and dry up here, which is actually why it's one of the best places for astrology. They actually have like a bunch of centers at the top for astrology, and that'll be pretty cool to see. So it's like apparently at night, like the stars are crazy here, just because like also the light pollution. Like if you look at the view down below me, like there's no civilization on this island besides like a little on the side, but most of the island is just like kind of barren like this. So it's basically like zero light pollution, which is pretty cool. We're gonna keep going. Not really too many things interesting to look at. What I've got right now is a whole bunch of clouds I'm looking at walking into, so it might get pretty foggy for a little bit, but we should be good as long as I follow the all trails. My shoes are making it look like I've gone to war. I think I'm getting above the clouds, kind of. I heard one little rumble, kind of like thunder off to the distance. I kind of freaked for a second, but I haven't heard any in a while. And I think that's pretty normal for up here. Just like slight kind of like, I can't even think, like rumbles and stuff like, what's the word for storms building up? I don't know. But yeah, we're good. And it looks like we'll be honestly above the clouds by the time we get all the way up there. It's starting to look pretty cool up here, actually. I've got like the view above the clouds and everything. Those clouds actually look really sick. I'm hoping for sunrise, like I stay above these clouds but below these ones, so it does like the double cloud light up. That would be insane. All right, so we made it to the halfway point. I'm sitting here on this rock. I can get blocked from the wind and the clouds a little bit. Gonna eat my dang Uncrustable, drink some water, and then just keep on trudging. Honestly, it's not really a hard hike. It's just really boring and really dry. I'm kind of just like talking to myself and listening to music mostly. Decided to layer up a little bit more. Put on the bandana and the long sleeve tee. They're both really thin, not providing much warmth, but I don't know, the wind was starting to pick up a little bit, and I could tell the sun was starting to beat down on me a little bit harder, so I kind of wanted less of my skin exposed for that long, so I don't get like a nasty sunburn, because I am at like a little over 11,000 feet elevation. Do it anymore. We got a little crossroads here. This way that I'm going to is going to go to a little like crater type lake. Oop. And then I'll come back over here and make my way the rest of the way up the mountain. I have to go around that hump, and then there's the road I have to follow up there. So, doing good. Let's go see it. Yeah. Looks pretty cool. I don't really feel any need to actually go walk down to it. It's just creating extra steps for myself. And I don't know, it looks like the lighting is starting to come in for the sunset. I definitely don't want to miss any of the good lighting. So I'm just gonna start getting up there because I still have to go around and up another hump. And also it's getting pretty cold. I need to layer up too. Gloves, insulator jacket. I don't necessarily need the windbreaker pants or the shell yet. Maybe I will at the top, we'll see. But it's always good to overpack than underpack. Oh yeah, that is cool to see. All right, so we made it to the road where the observatories are up here, and then I gotta hike around this way and up the road. We got some snow over here, which is cool. Still got like another 1,000 feet of elevation gain, I'm pretty sure. out of 5,000, so not too bad. I'm really hoping I can hitch a ride down because I've been like hiking up to this road for a while and I have not seen a single person. So we might be shit out of luck. So it got pretty windy towards the end and I probably look like I'm dying because some girls just like stopped and asked me if I needed help. And I'm like, no, I'm good, I'm just hiking up. And they're like, oh really? What the hell? But we're pretty close. We're like less than, I think we're like a half a mile away. Let's do it. We made it. Kinda. I have to go up here to these little observatories. That's the top. But I actually had to like sit down on one of these rocks for a minute because I was like kind of dying from the elevation, I think. I should like sit down and catch my breath. But we're good now. So I'm gonna go see the summit. I don't know if you can hear this fucking wind, but maybe go hide behind one of these observatories up here. Block some of the wind. This place is pretty cool. They look crazy. I don't know, it's a little touristy. Obviously you can drive up here, but still, I mean, the views are pretty sick at the top. And the other side, you can see like all the observatories down below. So I keep having to hide behind this observatory because I'm trying to get some sunset videos with the tripod because it looks pretty sick right now. But whenever I go like 10 feet this way, it just gets crazy windy and I get so cold so fast. So I keep having to run back over here to try to warm up a little bit. Whew. But it's looking pretty crazy over there. It is really cold. That's the view. All the little tourists are up there. I'm gonna go find someone to take me down. Because I'm freezing cold. Why is it like a damn party down here? Bro, what is happening here? There were not this many people when I started. This is absurd. Well, yeah. Long story short, I didn't record any of it because I didn't want to like shove the camera in these guys' faces. But I met these two super cool guys from Oregon. It was literally the first people I talked to. I was like, hey, do you guys just get here? And they were like, yeah. And I was like, you stay until after the sunset? And they were like, yeah, definitely. And I was like, you mind if I get a ride back? And they were like, yeah, sure. So it was honestly a lot easier than I thought. But now, peak number 1 done. That was January. Hope you enjoyed. I'm gonna go back. I'll film some more. I'm gonna film some Kauai. But yeah, let's get out of here for now. There's too many people walking around. I wanna go get some food.